They had no idea all the surprises we had in store. Come on out, come on out, come on out, y'all. I had a surprise. I know Kevin loves the Philadelphia Eagles football team. First of all, I know this because my nanny is obsessed with the Philadelphia football team.
Yes.
So she's the one who told me. We all saw him on the field after they won the Super Bowl.
Yes.
We have some photos.
Well.
There's one player celebrating with the trophy. And another, and here's where you are.
Yeah.
Security would not let you up.
Yeah.
Well, I have a surprise.
I remember
do you
that.
Want to know what? I have a surprise. The Eagles wanted to make it up to you.
What do they do?
Well, it's through those doors right up there. Can we bring it out? Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah.
So, for everybody that doesn't know, this is Swoop, the mascot of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Good friend of mine.
Exactly.
Really good friend of mine.
And while Swoop can't talk because, you know, he's an Eagle, he came all the way from Philly to bring Kevin Super Bowl cufflinks and commemorative confetti from the post-game celebration.
Oh, man.
Yes.
Come on. Yeah.
But that's not all.
What else?
Swoop's friends also sent along a message for Kevin. Take a look.
Let me see.
Hey, Kevin. It's Brandon Graham with the Philadelphia Eagles. Just wanted to let you know that we're over here thinking about you, and we hope that you're feeling better. After we heard you was going on Kelly's show, we knew we had to do something. So I sent my man Swoop over to surprise you. We know how big of an Eagles fan you are.
Yes, sir.
So we sent you a full uniform that you can wear on game days.
My God.
By the way, I hope it fits.
Let me see.
You got your measurements from Dwayne Johnson. I hope you're feeling better, and see you soon. Hi, Kelly. Go Birds.
Thank you, Swoop. It's sad, but it's...
Hey, this is actual confetti from the game, and they signed it.
No,
signed it.
The sad part is that this is my size. This is... I know you guys think it's a joke, but this is really my size. This is a great thing. Hey, I appreciate this, man. I know it was tough for you to get down here. You know what? Give me,
he flies.
Man. Give me some, man. Always.
So yesterday I went to school and I wore my hair in an afro like this. And a lot of people had a lot of mean things to say about it. So that made me feel some type of way. I told my mom and she said, promise, don't forget who you are and whose you are. And I said, okay. So today, I'm going to go to school and I'm going to come back bigger and better. And don't allow anyone steal your joy. Don't give them that much power.
Your video, though, has inspired so many people, including my guest, my first guest, y'all. She is a Golden Globe award-winning actress and the star of Blackish. The last time I saw her, she was singing a moment like this at the American Music Awards. It was awesome. Say hello to Tracee Ellis Ross. Thank you. Oh, and that was your big breakout track, Drew Barrymore. That's when I remember most, like, from you starting. And so, have you met her, like Drew Barrymore? Have you heard anything?
Not lately.
No? Lately? Well, what did you hear? Did she like it?
There's no, like, time limit. Like, she can hit me up in 10 years and I'll still
Actually, that did happen to me with Steve Carell. I didn't meet him for like a decade until after he did that was amazing. But the song is blowing up, and I saw a review of it, actually, on TV recently, and I thought that you might want to check this out. I thought it was pretty cool.
Hi, Kelly and Bryce. It's Drew here. I just wanted to send you a quick message saying, hi, I'm Bryce. I'm such a big fan of yours, and I am so lucky to be the name of one of your songs, and I love that song so much. And Kelly, congratulations on your new show. I am rooting you on, and I just think the world of you. I'm such a big fan of both of you, and it's perfect that two cool people are together right now, and I'm just sending a whole bunch of love.
That's crazy.
That was really cool. I actually didn't know the ending of that was coming. I thought it was all about you. That was really
Dude,
nice.
I had no idea.
Thank you, Drew.
Oh my God. I'm like shaking right now. That's
lovely.
crazy.
You
Okay,
chose
I can finally check that off the bucket list.
Y'all, check out these looks right here. So these outfits were designed by that young girl modeling them. All right, so at 12 years old, she can already say she's a fashion designer with her own brand and a growing list of exclusive clients. From So Fly Sky, say hello to Skylar Johnson. I do have a surprise for Skylar. We have someone here who's blown the fashion and beauty world away. She's a model, the woman behind Baby Fat, and so many other successful businesses. Kimora Lee Simmons, come on out! Here you go! Y'all sit down. I know, isn't it kind of crazy? Like, how, I mean, I know your kids probably grew up in it, but you didn't grow up in this industry. Look at her, she's like, she's dying. She's like, hi, Mom. I was telling you, she loves you.
So iconic.
These are real tears. You don't need. Oh,
She
no.
loves you. I'm telling you.
Oh.
No, but here, can I tell you my favorite part? Because I was reading her pre-interview, and like all the things, like I've seen you in Book of Mormon, I've seen you in Frozen, or heard you in Frozen, all the things that you've done. Tell him what you're the one you mentioned.
Bear Claw.
Bear
Bear
Claw.
Claw. Bear Claw from New Girl. That's her pool. Like,
Because you're just a tree. I also love Wedding Ringer.
Oh, thank you. You're too young to see that, but okay.
so why Bear Claw? Why was that your pool?
I love New Girl. I actually just did an interview with Zooey Deschanel.
Oh, I love
Because
Zoe.
I'm like a die-hard New Girl fan. But they told me on the phone, they were like, okay, so like someone's gonna be sitting with you on the couch. And I'm like, oh, okay. And so they were like, oh, I was like, who is it? And they were like, Josh Gad. I was like, who's that? So I didn't know who that was. So I went up, but I'm like a huge fan. But I know you as Bear Claw. So I was Bear Claw.
There are so many emotions that I'm going through right now.
Understand that we all have something in common. We're all obsessed with space, right? Like, was this before doing Picard? Were you always into like space kind of stuff or no?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I am into science kind of stuff.
Me too.
And I really love nerds.
Yeah, and I think we forget, like, how I have Neil deGrasse Tyson on here a couple times. We always forget. I love him, we forget how much science is in your everyday life that you don't think about. You know, even your GPS, even like everything we normally use every day. But I think it's incredible, and we actually have some friends at NASA because we've interviewed. I was telling Tim we've interviewed them, and they knew that we were all obsessed with space, and they knew y'all were coming, so they sent us something. So take a look.
Hi, Allison, Kelly, and Tim. I'm NASA astronaut Jessica Watkins, and I heard, Allison, that you have a few questions for us here at NASA. We're working on the answers, but in the meantime, we're accepting applications for a new astronaut class at usajobs.gov, and we're hoping to get many people to apply, but if the three of you would like to come out and train with us anytime, just let us know. What? And to Tim, to infinity and beyond.
To infinity.
Does that include me?
Yes.
You guys, I want to do that. freaked out, and then I did. Well, my next guest has been celebrating holidays her whole life without one family member, a sister she never even knew existed. She's hoping that changes this year. Please welcome Grace and her husband, Mike. The other Grace. Well, tell us how it all started.
Well,
we met online.
yeah. So I sent him some pictures of my family.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, whoa. It's like,
Or my family.
You're just right off the bat, getting it out there. Yes. So of your family, y'all were just trading info about family.
Yeah,
because you're talking. Yeah.
Right. And I said, I don't know who those people are, but they're not your family. You're adopted.
Yeah.
And just
Which
trying
is
to be
an odd
funny.
thing to
Which
say.
is trying to be funny, but I was like, I was serious at the same time because I didn't see the resemblance that you would see in a normal family.
Yeah, at least like one person looks like
Right.
you.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. To
And
which
I thought
she-
it was a little nuts, but I'm like, okay.
Right.
Yeah. It did sound a little nuts if it
Yeah,
wasn't
right.
real. Yeah, yes.
Right.
Yes, but, so how did you find out you were adopted?
Well, my aunt actually called me up, and she said, just to let you know, I want you to come over to Fort Lauderdale, and I have something to tell you, very important. So we both went over there, and she handed me an envelope and said, just to let you know, your mom didn't want me to tell you, your cousins didn't want me to tell you, but you were adopted.
Oh, wow. Okay, so
Yeah.
was it, I heard it was a health issue that
Correct.
kind of got you looking
Yeah.
for your family.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, about 8-10 months ago, she started, we were always, active, going to the gym and this and that, and
And I
she
did
was doing Zumba.
Yeah.
3 times a
Get
week.
it, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
and then all of a sudden she told me one night, she said I had to stop, I couldn't finish. And I said, what do you mean you couldn't finish? She said, I just couldn't do it anymore, I lost my breath. And then over a period of time, it got progressively worse and worse and worse. And we had a couple of episodes, let's just call them, that we wound up at the ER. And then, of course, they sent us home after 3 times.
Yeah. Did
well,
that
they-
kind of spring you into action, though, of looking for your real family just to know the background, health-wise?
exactly.
Yeah, more or less. And she finally got to a cardiologist. So I'm like, okay, fun is fun, but tonight I'm going to find your family. She said, well, how are you going to do that? I said, don't worry. My dad was a policeman. I'll figure it out.
All right, Columbo.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Yeah,
So
right.
and that's kind of what it was like,
Yeah.
So then what happened? What happened next?
Well, I got home that night and I, asked her on the phone. I said, "Where's that envelope?" And she told me where to look for it in the house.
Because
So-
your aunt had given you the envelope?
Right.
Yeah.
If I didn't have that picture of my mom and dad and my sister, then, people would question.
Right.
If I don't have proof.
It's crazy your aunt kept that picture for so many years.
Exactly.
So anyway, so on the envelope, it had the dad's name, where he was from, and this and that. So it had, I had a little bit of information. So.
Yeah. So tell us what happened next, Mike.
Well, I went home and got on the internet because I found that envelope and it had some names and areas. So I just started doing a search through, the computer, trying to find, and paid an extra little bit of money.
Yeah.
And I got cell phone numbers and landline numbers and stuff like that. So I just started figuring, hey, I'm going to send text out.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah,
Just find it,
yeah. And then by sending those texts and that, I was like, the next night on the way back from a ball game, I got a phone call. We found out that it was Grace's sisters that we were actually connected to.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So what was it like talking to, and her name was Robin, right?
Right.
What
So
was it like
I
talking to
actually
Robin for the
spoke
first
to
time?
her, and it was like talking in the mirror, talking to yourself, because she had the same voice, she had the same demeanor. So I just listened to her story, how she was brought up, and all this. And I said, I felt bad because I wasn't there for her all these years.
So
Because
it
I was the
wasn't easy.
oldest.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was the oldest. So then she sent us a picture of herself. And of course, he saw it first and he got emotional and started crying. And I'm like, what? What? And then when I saw it, I was like, oh my God, she's the spitting image.
Are y'all going to meet with Robin for Thanksgiving, Christmas?
In December.
First weekend
First
in
weekend in
December, we're going to
December.
fly up to Philadelphia and meet up with, the family. And
Yep.
Well, I have something to share. Grace doesn't have to wait to meet Robin because she's backstage. So, are you ready to meet her right now?
Oh no.
I am so excited for this moment. Okay, please welcome Grace's sister, Robin, y'all. Oh my gosh! You do look alike! Nice to meet you, Robin. Come over. I think, do y'all mind shifting?
High School Musical at my school was the most important thing. It was the one time that everybody gathered. Like when we did Wizard of Oz, all the football players were on their knees as munchkins. It was the one time where like the math nerds and the mean girls and everybody, whoops. Guys, I went to Rite Aid and I got a die. I am method.
I used to love the box coloring.
They were the best. They were the, like, yeah, and just a little Ogilvy home perm.
So that's why you love it, though. You had a good experience.
And I did have great teachers. I had 2 theater teachers, Miss Rashid and Mr. Barnard, both of whom I feel like sort of lit a match under my butt and sort of helped me figure out what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. And Miss Rashid especially, I feel like she was sort of known as our like drill sergeant, but I feel like it trained me to be a member of a professional theater group.
When's the last time you saw people from your school, like musical? I run into mine. I'm still friends with some of mine.
Not a very long time. We haven't gone back in probably like 2 years, 3 years.
That's not too long, though.
No, but I haven't. We've never had a reuniting event.
Well, actually, Kristen's High School Musical teacher, Miss Rashid, and choir classmate Katie are here. Come on out, y'all. How you doing, Katie?
Beautiful.
She had no idea. We did approve it through your people. So we were like, wait, we want a surprise.
So crazy.
Yes.
And you know what? A big part of the show is we always bring somehow the drama teacher was always so pivotal in these kids' lives, no matter where they came from, and we always bring them back in. And it's really emotional because I think maybe for a boy sometimes it might be a football coach, but it's the closest thing to another parent that you have.
Agreed.
My
well,
gosh.
Okay, so Miss Rashid, like, what's your favorite memory of Kristen? I always like directing her, like, because I had a drill sergeant too.
I was always late.
No, that's not my favorite memory.
Okay, that's not.
But anyway, my favorite memory, this is the truth, that I have kept, I think I wrote it to you in this past summer. Anyway, that, you know, when we were doing Lady Be Good, and you were doing like this on the couch with John Murphy, and who was like channeling John Cleese.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, like, you had to get up and do some stuff, and like, you just took the direction so perfectly. And I love when the light bulb goes on for kids, and you made that entire cast stop. And everybody was watching, all the kids, you know, are just going, huh. And I thought, that is just what they need to see a 15-year-old pro.
Yeah.
So,
and to be captivating like that, it's inspiring.
oh my gosh, she stole the show.
Yeah.
I mean, I literally, like, put it back.
Yeah.
Well, wait,
Sorry.
Katie,
I'm like,
you co-starred with Kristen, right? in Lady Be Good?
Yeah.
So how was it working? What do you remember working together?
We just had a lot of fun.
We had so much fun. We shared a dressing room.
Yeah, because our school's really small, and I don't know if you remember, we do this dance to get like hyped up.
Right, probably.
Kind of like that.
You do the whole dance.
No, it's okay.
She said nope.
I remember being so enamored with you, though. Like, even when I got into high school and then hearing about because I came from a different school district, hearing about your theater program and then being like, oh my gosh, I could perform with Katie Ellis. Whoa.
I love that.
Yeah.
I grew up with a lot of talented singers. Everybody's always like, oh, you're such a great singer. I'm like, you should see the girls I grew up with.
Yeah.
Like, it was a very, like, our class was, it just had so much talent, like theater-wise and singing-wise. It's such a cool thing. I think that's why your show is going to do so well. Like Encore, it's just really cool. And we wanted to make this special because we know the show is important to you. So we brought back a couple of your faves.
Nice.
But thank you so much, guys, for taking the time. I want to introduce you to a family that went viral for a photo shoot celebrating their youngest son's adoption. What struck a chord with a lot of people was how multicultural the family is. Here to tell us about it is the Jones-Baldwin family. Y'all give it up for them. All right, well, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So tell us, who is everyone here?
Okay, well, this gentleman beside me, this is my husband, Rick. Then he's holding our 2-year-old son, Princeton. We just recently adopted him.
Hey, Princeton.
And then we have Aiden.
Hey, Aiden.
He's been with us for 5 years.
You are.
He's 8. And then we have the teenagers on the end. They're 16, both of them.
Good luck.
No. We have Zaria. She's my biological daughter from a previous relationship.
All right.
And then we have Carly, and she's been with us for a while.
Awesome. 3 of their 4 children are adopted, and they recently went viral for their photo shoot celebrating the adoption of their youngest, 2-year-old Princeton. So we mentioned that you didn't know Princeton was white. How did you find that out?
They called me to do skin to skin with him, which is like, you know, you go to the hospital and you put him on your chest, and you bond with them, you know, and so he was in the NICU.
And for people that don't have babies, that's a really important thing for babies, especially babies that don't have moms around. So that's why they ask people, because that skin to skin is like really developmental.
Right,
for them
yes.
in the early stages.
Yeah, so I get there and I'm excited, and my husband's like, don't go to that hospital because I know you're gonna bring the baby home. And I was like, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
And so I get there and I'm like, oh, you know, it's a lot of babies in there. And I'm like, oh, the black and brown babies. Like, which one am I putting on my chest? And she was like, no, that one over there. I was like, white baby? And, you know, I was like, okay, well, give him here, you know, and I just put him on my chest. Growling. And I put him up here, like I fell in love with him, and I was like, my husband was right. I shouldn't have came because I'm bringing him home.
This is what I love too. You're open to keeping in contact with all the biological parents, right?
Yes.
You're open to, I think that that's a really cool thing.
Yes, it has to be. You know, I think that it's really important to keep them connected, you know, to their birth families. Yeah. You know, I call it my bonus families. I don't want to ever put my children in a position to where, you know, they're questioning like, well, why didn't you, no.
Yeah.
You know, I would rather them know, and especially that one. He definitely
You'll burn out soon. Watch it.
connected.
We have one of the biological parents here today who wanted to say thank you. Come on out, John! Yes! How you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Nice to see you. Come on over.
How you doing? It's been a while.
I thought it'd be all smiles and there's tears too. I'm so sorry.
No, oh my gosh, I'm so happy to see you.
What do you want to say to this beautiful
I
family?
just want to thank you, Kia, and your family for caring for Princeton and just everything.
Thank you
I couldn't.
for, for the gift.
No, you're welcome. I just, at that time, I couldn't. I was 17. I just couldn't. I wasn't ready. And I'm really, really grateful for you guys.
Do you know how amazing that is? Like, you are the greatest young man to know that, man, this is more than I can handle right now. And you wanted to do something better for your child. Like, you really do. That is the coolest. Like, that's a real man. That's a real man, a real woman that can do that. And I think it's an amazing thing that you get to see this beautiful family that they're with. Like, what a beautiful family of mixed culture, and everybody's invited. And it's just a really nice thing. Is there anything you want to tell John? Have y'all met yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. John was right there with me doing skin to skin. He was there the very first parts, and different things just led to a separation. But we got in contact with each other a couple of weeks ago when adoption was finalized, because before then we couldn't. And I told him, I was like, it's time for you to meet your son. And be acquainted with him, because this is our son. It's ours.
So did you ever actually get to meet him after you did this?
Who?
John Cena.
Oh, no, of course not. Not yet. I hope.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's a bummer. I mean, I think he posted. Didn't he post about it as well when he found out?
I don't know if he posts for himself, but his page, he put the picture of me on there, and he doesn't say anything. He doesn't caption, he doesn't tag me, nothing.
Because you can't see him.
You can't see him. But I love him. I don't know, man. I don't know what will happen, because if I see him, I'm gonna
You're gonna die? Okay.
I love him a lot. Yeah.
All right, well, it's the first season. He's not here. We have a small budget. But I'm just
probably
saying.
watching.
But wait, see, he's watching, and he's gonna love this moment. And I want you to perform this song, will you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's perform.
Someone act rough like John Cena. Someone get
John Cena.
Holy cow!
Nice to meet
Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel. Please don't make me keep going.